Dear students, this is actually the geological map of India. So in this map, all the patches, color patches, what you are seeing is different rock types. So and these rock types, these same resemble what it is in the geotechnical map. Okay. So here you can see these are the ages with the rock types they have given. So this actually these patches, whatever it is there. So these rock types will be reflected in the geotechnical map. So for a civil engineer, so the geotechnical map is the best map for the reference, because in the geotechnical map, so if you can show, so that geological map only gives the geology of the area. So for a civil engineer, for a geologist that will be the best map, but for a civil engineer this is the best map, because this refers to geotechnical map of India. So in this also, these patches, what you are seeing, these patches, they are all rock types. Okay, and if you see this green patch is Maharashtra area, it is completely with basalt. So it is a volcanic activity rock. So the magma which has come out is the volcanic rock. This is basalt. Okay, and this is the highly weathered rocks. Okay, and if you see now, if you come to the legend, so this is the legend part. Okay, you can see. So in the legend part, so there are different. They have given morphological, morphotectonic units, engineering, geological provenance, then rock types. So in this, as a civil engineer, you should know what is the rock types. So morphology means the area. Is it a delta, or is it a mountain, or it is a plain? This is the morphology. So it is called geomorphology. Coming to the engineering geological provenance, what type of this one is it alluvium, or is it delta, or Aeolian sand, or residual soil, or laterite and lateritic soil, or Piedmont deposit? So these are varieties they give. So why you are learning all this? Based on this, you are giving the foundation characteristics. So if you see here, so this is the foundation characteristics which gives. So for example, if I say faith, it is good for your foundation. So here it is given as faith. So what is the bearing capacity or compressive strength? It is low to medium. Then coming to the rock type, it is low, and coming to the permeability, it is low to moderately high. Coming to the type of rock, it is soft and moderately hard sandstone, shale, boulder, conglomerates. So here, for example, this is soft, moderately hard sandstone, shale, and this is low to medium, and rock permeability is low to moderately high. So normally the porosity and permeability should be very less for a good foundation characteristics. For example, if you take poor, so if you take an example, if you take poor, so here it is unconsolidated sand with or without clay, and permeability is very high. If the permeability is high, the foundation characteristics will be low. If the permeability is low, the foundation characteristics will be very good. So this is the basic knowledge. So when you are comparing this, you should know what is the rock type. For that reason, we are studying what is type of rock. Everybody understood? This is the importance for the civil engineer to understand about the rock types, its origin and types. Okay.
So the geological classification of rocks: igneous rocks, sedimentary rocks, and metamorphic rocks. The rocks can be divided into three: igneous, which is formed from the lava and magma; sedimentary rocks are formed from the weathering of igneous and metamorphic rocks; and metamorphic rocks are formed from the heat and pressure with chemically active fluids. So coming to the igneous rocks: intrusive rocks which are inside, extrusive rocks which are rocks formed outside. Intrusive rocks are formed from the magma, which is gabbro and granite. Extrusive rocks are formed from the basalt and rhyolite. So that is the lava which is solidified, it will become basalt. Sedimentary rocks formed by the mechanical process is called clastic rocks, sandstone and shale. Sandstone is sand formed from the sand particles with some cementing material. Shale is formed from the clay. Chemical formation in the sedimentary rocks is formed from the limestone by precipitation of calcium, which is decomposition. Then foliated rocks and non-foliated rocks in the metamorphic. Foliated means which are being layered, non-foliated means which are not layered. Slate and schist are layered rocks, quartzite and marble are non-layered rocks or massive rocks. Okay, so here in the slate you can see the layers. Yeah, this is the general classification of rocks. In the igneous rocks, we are studying about the acidic igneous rocks. The acidic igneous rocks include syenite, rhyolite, pumice, obsidian, scoria, pegmatite and volcanic tuffs. Now if you see here, all these acidic rocks which are lighter in tone. So if you go to the basic rocks, so that this is basic igneous rocks. In the basic igneous rocks, if you see, the color is somewhat darker in color. Here iron and magnesium is more. Here in silica is more. So it means 66% more than silica. This includes granite, then types of granites, then your pumice. Okay. Now if I come to the, if you see this granite, so this is a pink granite. If you see the pink granite, now you can see this pink patches are the orthoclase. So this is an orthoclase mineral. These are iron magnesium minerals, and this white color patches, what you are seeing white and somewhat brighter color patches, are the quartz. So quartz and feldspar occupy more in the granite, and it has an interlocking texture and it has a coarse grained texture. So this is normal granite, what you see here. So here the white patches are the quartz grains, dark patches are the ferromagnesium minerals. These are called mafic minerals and felsic minerals. So now if you come to the cyanite, cyanite is somewhat, you can see you can see the flow structure. Okay, trachyte, cyanide, and this pegmatite is a rock in which pegmatite, see this is a pegmatite. In here also this is a pegmatite mica, pegmatitic mica. You can see the bigger minerals. You can see the bigger minerals of orthoclase. You can see the bigger minerals of orthoclase, and you can see the mica patches also. This is pegmatitic mica rock. Okay, pegmatite mica. So this is pumice. So pumice is a volcanic ash. So this is very lighter in weight. It can float in water also. This is pumice. When you come to the this is diorite. So these are the acidic rocks, acidic igneous rocks. Okay. So now if you come to the porphyric granite, now you can see here also, you can see clearly this pink color patches are orthoclase patches, and white color patches are quartz patches, and dark color patches are the ferromagnesium minerals like hornblende, biotite, then your agate, hypersthene, like that. Then coming to the, if you see here, you can see the bigger grains. So this is a texture in which if the bigger grains are in the fine matrix, then this is called porphyry granite. So porphyry is a texture. So bigger grains in the fine matrix. Okay. So you can see the bigger grains here. So this is called porphyry granite. Okay. So this is a variety of granite. Okay. Go to the basic igneous rocks. So gabbro, dolerite, basalt, and varieties of trachyte. So now in this, what is basalt? So basalt is something, the lava which has come out and acidified. If you see here, these are the pores which are in the basalt. So these pores indicate the bubbling lava which is making the air is coming out, and it has formed the rock itself. And if you see in the pores, the secondary minerals like quartz or calcite or some other minerals will be embedded. So this type of is called amygdaloidal structure. This is called porous variety of basalt. Okay, this is vesicular basalt, and when the vesicles are filled with some other minerals, then it is called amygdaloidal basalt. Its name. Okay. Then coming to the all the darker varieties, you can see this is actually the gabbro will be like this, which is very dark in color. And if you see the dolerite, this dolerite is something which is lighter in color, but actually dolerite is which is formed at the subsurface of the subsurface. So this is having medium texture. So this is having medium texture. When you talk about trachyte, trachyte is having a trachytic texture in which the flow of the the flow of the lava can be easily seen. Okay, and these are the basic igneous rocks. So if you see here, as I told you, in granite you can see the dark spots, and the dark spots are nothing but biotite, hornblende, hypersine. These are called accessory minerals, which are less in quantity and less importance. And these white patches are the quartz minerals, and pink patches are the feldspar minerals. So these are the essential minerals which make up the rock. So minerals seen coarse grain and phenolitic texture and slow cooling. When the cooling is slow, you can see the grains very clearly. So here the rock is granite. Okay, and the structure is massive. Texture is coarse grain. When you talk about, so when you see the granite under a microscope, so when you see the pink granite under a microscope, how it will look, I will show you. Okay, so when you see the pink granite under a microscope, okay, yeah, I am showing you the pink granite. So you can see here. So the pink granite under a microscope looks like this. So it will be having orthoclase, quartz, you can see clearly, very clearly. So this is the pink granite under the microscope. Okay. So coming to so when you see the pink granite under a microscope, microcline, quartz, orthoclase and plagioclase feldspars will be there. The plagioclase feldspars will be seen like this. So this can be very clearly seen in the dolerite. Okay. And when you see the syenite, quartz, feldspar and accessory, syenite is essentially feldspar, accessory is hornblende, plagioclase, biotite and mica. Name of the rock is syenite. This is igneous rock. Okay. Coming to the rhyolite. Rhyolite is leucocratic, that means light in color, medium, massive and coarse grain, and essentially is quartz and feldspar. So normally extrusive volcanic rocks. In mostly these all igneous rocks are used as a building stones because they are good texture with interlocking texture. Okay. Coming to the pumice. Pumice is a very light rock, as I have shown you before. So this has very low specific gravity and it is mostly volcanic ash or foam. Normally quartz will be there. Much of the quartz silica is dominant with the feldspar, accessory, hornblende, etc. And this is used as an mineral aggregates and in the cement industry also. This mineral aggregates makes your cement or concrete more that means it gives more strength, compressive strength to the cement. Got it? So they mix as a mineral aggregate. Okay. Next is your obsidian. Obsidian is called volcanic glass. So 90% of silica and it is melanocratic, volcanic extrusive rock. So obsidian, so this is extrusive volcanic rock. Normally it is made up of 90% quartz with other accessory minerals. Okay, and this is very fine grained, you cannot see any grains in this. So this is called, and specific gravity is coming to the gabbro. Gabbro is very dark color, coarse to medium grain, calcium, sodium, plagioclase, agate and hornblende, high specific gravity. So normally texture is coarse grained, massive, specific gravity is high. Minerals present is plagioclase, accessory is agate, olivine, iron oxides. So this is also intrusive igneous rock. Normally this is used as a coarse aggregate or redware glass. Coming to the dolerite.
Dolerite is actually the subsurface rock, which is we can call it as a dike. It is a dike. So this is hyperbasalt dikes and igneous rocks. Normally it has ophitic texture. You can see the plagioclase grains like this with agate. Agate is here as a matrix, and you can see the plagioclase grains. So this is the country rock. You can see this is a dike. So dike is coming. So it is like an injection into the country rock. The magma is injected into the country rock. That is called a dolerite. So this dike is also called dolerite. So this rock is called dolerite. So it has medium texture. You can see, if you see the thin section of the, you can see the plagioclase feldspars, coarse grain, this one. Okay, I will put the dolerite slide, and I will show you how it looks. Just see 1 minute. Yeah, if you see the dolerite, you can see clearly. If you see the dolerite here, I will show you. See here, dolerite. So you can see here the small patches. This patches of violet color patches, what you are seeing here. So those are nothing but plagioclase feldspar. You can see clearly. So those are the plagioclase feldspar, you can see clearly. So if you see here, see these are the plagioclase feldspars. So the blacker tones, just if you magnify, you can see clearly. So these patches, somewhat black color patches, what you are seeing here, those are the plagioclase feldspars. Actually, it is not that much clear, I cannot, but I can magnify in another lens, and I will show you when you come to this thing. Okay, so that black color patches are nothing but the plagioclase feldspars. So next is your basalt. So basalt is this, in basalt or agate, hornblende, plagioclase feldspar, fine grained ground mass is there. So this will be, when you see under a microscope, basalt will be like this under Klaus-Polder's Nikon. So basalt is normally fine grained volcanic rock, calcic plagioclase, and it has aphanitic texture, vesicular and amygdaloidal basalt. When the pores are filled up with secondary minerals, as I told you, and this is very fine grained vesicular or columnar structures. Calcic plagioclase feldspars, accessories, ferromagnesium minerals. Name of the rock is basalt. See, in the future, this rock will be used as a steel aggregate. So this can be used as a replacement of steel in future generations. Now this is used in USA and other advanced countries, and even Bombay, this basalt units are there. They are using the basalt as a replacement of steel. So this rock is very important for your concern as a civil engineer. Coming to the pegmatite. Pegmatite is plutonic igneous rocks, and this is very coarse grain. Essentially is quartz and feldspar. So normally its size will be more than 2.5 centimeters mineral grains. So it's bigger size of grains, as you have seen, I have shown you earlier. So other minerals like biotite, and it is this pegmatite, normally this radium minerals, that means uranium, rubidium, these minerals will be in association with this rock. Okay. Coming to the trachyte. In trachyte, you can see the trachytic structure. That means you can see the flow of the volcanoes. Okay. So this is melanocratic, and this is coarse grain, quartz and feldspars dominant. Then this is called trachyte. Coming to the granite pink, same as the granite. What is there? But the pink color is due to little bit iron oxides. So this is the specialty. Then coming to the scoria, pumice is lighter in color, and scoria is little bit darker in color, which is called melanocratic. Okay, and little bit ferromagnesium minerals are present in the scoria. Both pumice and scoria both are extrusive volcanic rocks, and you can see the bigger vesicles in the scoria comparing to the pumice. Okay.